Estrellita. It's a common thread between me and my partner Walter and his family. His grandfather used to strum this song when he was younger, and it was like a little lullaby. It was so beautiful.
He'd be playing the guitar all throughout the night. I'd wake up, when there's thunderstorms, I'll hear him playing the guitar. It's always the same song, and the name of the song is Estrellita. Hope's mom's name is Estrella, which means big star, and Estrellita would be her little star.
At one point in my life, there was a little bit of shame in having your friends come into your house and have different foods that they didn't really see. That's what you eat at home. That's what your mom makes you. That's where you eat your Filipino food. And so when Walter asked me to partner up with him, he was like, there's no Filipino restaurant here. You run restaurants. I cook really well because of my mom. Let's open up a Filipino restaurant. And I was just like, you know what? That's perfect.
So I was born in a part of the Philippines called Pampanga, and we were ruled under Spain for 400 years. And when the Spanish nobility would come to the Philippines, they would bring their ingredients and hire the local chefs in Pampanga to cook for them. That's where my mom learned how to cook.
I came in because I am half Filipino, and there is a lack of Filipino food within the Atlanta community, so it really excites me to be able to have that option within my city.
I get to eat the flavors that I grew up eating in the Philippines, and so every time I come here, it just brings me, again, back to home.
A lot of times I'd find myself at an ethnic restaurant and you'd see stuff on the menu, and then a lot of times I'd see the chefs eating at their own table on the side, and I always look over and it's always something different. It's not what's on the menu, and I'm like, I kind of put the menu aside and I'm like, I want to have what they're having. That's kind of what we want to bring to the table and what we want to share with the rest of the world through our restaurant.
I live just up the street. I love coming over here for the atmosphere and the ambiance. Great food. It's super walkable. It's by the park. It's by Oakland Cemetery. It's by the zoo. It's right by the Beltline. It's so convenient and so good.
The Filipino food movement is actually, it's just now kind of gaining steam across the nation. And I always say to people, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad that we have this small space. It allows us to also go around to table to table, let them know about our dishes. A lot of people come in and they're saying, hey, what is this? What do most Filipinos eat? What's the great introduction to Filipino food?
Today I ordered the beefsteak, and I love that it's citrusy, it's savory, and it's something I think almost any Southern boy would love.
Beefsteak is a recipe that kind of what we built this restaurant on. So beefsteak is a very comfort food. It's just beefsteak and onions, but it's marinated in soy sauce and lemon, and everyone seems to love this dish.
Today I got the grilled pork belly and the pancit, and I love it because it tastes so good. It's got such a nice flavor texture to it. Love it.
It reminds me of good times with my family. It's a very common party food as well. It's just a good time.
Every family in the Philippines knows how to make these dishes. And that's what's beautiful about it, because for our restaurant, they're mostly my mom's recipes. So when you come here, it's like eating at my mom's house.
I always get really great food from Chef Walter and amazing service and laughter from Hope every time I come here.
When you walk in, they make you feel so welcome. They make you feel like family. And as I said, the food is just like my mom would cook it at home, so it really brings me a lot of comfort.
It's something that's not exactly familiar to everybody, but trust in the flavors. What will help is also the smells that are coming out of the kitchen. It just it helps to bring people in from the street as well.
Get the Lichen Kawali. The fried pork is my favorite. That and come for brunch, the arroz caldo. It's gonna keep you coming back.
It's small, it's intimate, it's cozy. You can just come in here and have a good time no matter what.
It's our culture, it's our heart. It's like we want to share this with the world as much as we want to eat here or have a Filipino restaurant to go to. We really wanted to be able to create that experience for the people of Atlanta, so it became, big priority.
You know, this was my idea, is to kind of share our food with the world, and for it to be received so well, it makes me real happy. A lot of it's from my mom's cooking, and I just want to make her proud. You know, her food is so good. We need to share it with the world, and we're getting great reviews, and people are loving it, and it just makes me real happy.